Hello everyone, how are you? I know that the Mentor Monday should be on Monday, but we had Easter, so it's Wednesday, Tuesday, something like that. But still, we're moving on. And during last week, I left you a small homework that required from you a little bit of work with installing a command line interface to the Bitcoin node. And today I'd like to go through this homework with you and explain a couple of things regarding that. So I believe we shall start because there's no time to waste on our point. Let's switch. Okay, here we are. I decided to install the Bitcore IO, which is a pretty good start. This is available and really easy to install from the website. We will do it from the console. The very first thing that we need to install is the 0MQ message queue library, which is required by the Bitcore IO software. This is specified in the advanced option in the on the website. And now we're going to install the Bitcore from the npm library package manager, because the Bitcore client is actually written in the JavaScript, which will be quite helpful with that. And we need to open that with the Bitcore Bitcore command from the command line. It will run with the in the live net, and what we would like to do is, of course, to switch it to the test net. To do it, we can create a new project, which I'm going to call as a Bitcore example, and we're going to create a very new project that maybe not the project, a node instance that will create for us the configuration file, and we will be able to run it with the testnet. So I created my node instance. We will see what is inside. What is most important for us is the Bitcore node.js file, where we can put everything we need. So I decided to switch it to the testnet with the port 3001. The services available is something what we'll cover during the next video or the next week, because we will need that to expose some API functions or the endpoints from the node. And now, because I really suffer from lack of space on my personal hard drive, I put a bigger pen drive on my computer, and what I'm going to do is to actually create a directory where I would like to put the blockchain and install the blockchain right there, because it's not necessary to have the blockchain in exactly the same spot or the directory as you have your configuration file. So whenever I would like to run new node, I will need to put this pen drive to my computer. As you can see, we run the testnet. This is going to take a while to synchronize with the test network. I will just make it faster for our purpose, for the purpose of this video, but this took a couple of hours. And if you have a better internet connection, it might be limited to an hour or 2 hours, I believe. As you can see, the synchronizing just started. It will go through the whole blockchain and download it to your local computer machine. The blockchain weighs about 9 gigabits. It's not a lot, but if you need to connect peer-to-peer with another computer, it takes some time. 90% of the blockchain takes about half an hour or an hour to synchronize, and the rest is like a last year or something like that. And it takes more and more time to synchronize. You will see that, because the very first part synchronized in a couple of minutes. So after you will have synchronized network, as we have right now, we are able to install the Insight, which is our user interface available from the web service as a web service, and the Bitcore delivers a really funny feature that makes you able to actually install some plugins like this one. After you install that, you need to restart your node to let it know that you have a new plugin installed to your Bitcore instance, and this plugin will be available on this specific address 300 on the port 3001 on the inside directory. And as you can see, it has all the features that you can find on whenever you on all on almost all available websites to review the blockchain. Now we are going to install the MongoDB because we would like to also not only read from the blockchain but also to write something to the blockchain, and this is required by the Bitcore wallet service. After installing Bitcore wallet service, we still need to restart the Bitcoin node, and it will go faster if you halt the Bitcore node for the time when you're installing the Bitcore wallet service. And of course, we should install the Insight API, which delivers us a couple of useful API endpoints in the Insight directory. As you can see, I probably installed it before, so the error that you can see on the image doesn't really matter. The Insight API is just installed. I will clear my screen. Now we will install globally a new command, the Bitcore wallet, that will make us able to manage our personal wallet as we did last week. So our main goal for today will be to gain some testnet bitcoins and save it to and transfer them to our wallet, and maybe to transfer those bitcoins back. Now we're going to synchronize our network after we halted it and installed all the APIs and the Bitcoin wallet. Everything seems to be working fine. Last block were mined a minute ago, so that's good, and now we will be able to create our wallet. So to do that, we can use the wallet function, the wallet command, which will be globally available for us. And the funny thing there is the node exposed another port 3232 where we can find the BWS API, the wallet create. And we're going to create a wallet. Probably I will cut the wallet data file to show you how it looks like. I used this file before, so probably I will have some bitcoins saved to those to all the addresses that I have on these wallets, but we still will be able to get more bitcoins with that. Now we are able to generate new address by calling the address endpoint in the API, and I will send some bitcoins from the faucet. I will gather some bitcoins from the testnet, and we'll see if it will be working. Give me some bitcoins, give me that. Okay, I'm not a robot. And we have the transaction ID that we can paste and check. The only thing with having own node which is not running for a longer time is that the other nodes do not know about your node, so you will receive any information about new transactions, new block with some time latency. But as you can see, this transaction ID is already available on the official website, so everything is cool and we can move on. So now we're waiting until the transaction will be mined, which actually happened after 15 minutes or 14 minutes, something like that, because every block in the testnet is mined every 15 minutes. And as you can see, my personal node, Bitcoin test node, noticed that we received 65 Bitcoins. And as you can see, this is covered as 650 million of Bitcoins. Oh, 650,000 Bitcoins, which is cool because you just multiply that and you present the Satoshi, not the Bitcoins itself. And that basically covers all what I asked you last week. And what we're going to do for the next week, I will leave it a small homework for you, which is maybe not do the same. Maybe we'll do something less than that. Please install a Node.js library to your application that will communicate with this node you have already installed, and gather some information about last block. Maybe even list the transaction IDs and information about those transactions on the website or in the API. And that's it. Just try to communicate your application, Node.js application, with the node we already installed. And that's it. See you next week.